Hello YouTube, this is Sean Dragon123, and I am here to talk to you about a common debate that's been going on for a while, which is PC versus Xbox, because a lot of Xbox gamers think that their console is the best for gaming because it's easy to use. You don't have to worry about specs, you don't have to worry about controls, you just plug in a game and play it. Meanwhile, over a PC, you might have to worry about specs, but there are a lot of upsides to using a PC that you don't get on the Xbox, and I'm going to talk about them right now. So to start off, I want to talk about the part where a lot of people think that the Xbox is cheaper than the PC. Now, I wanted to prove that wrong. Now, on the main price, an Xbox 360, the newer kind with 250 gigabytes, that will come with maybe one controller and a free game, costs $300. And if you get a decent stock PC, that will cost you around $300 to $500, and that won't be as good as an Xbox. But you can get a gaming stock PC from like Dell, which will have $800 to $1,000, and it will be as good, if not better, than an Xbox 360. And if you really have a lot of money, then you can get a custom gaming PC, which will end up summing around $1,200 to $2,000, but it will be a buttload better than a Xbox. Meanwhile, all of these computers will come with more memory than an Xbox, and it'll come with all peripherals, including a monitor, a mouse, a keyboard, and speakers. But Xbox at that point might be cheaper. You will still need a way to see what you're playing on an Xbox, so you're going to need a TV. A TV with 15 inches, let's say you want a 15-inch TV. You don't play with friends, you can just play with it right in your face. That will cost you $250 just for a 15-inch. And if you want a bigger TV, let's say 32-inch, that will cost you around $450. If you want to go really big and get a 65-inch flat screen TV, that will cost you $1,800. Now let's assume you just go for a 32-inch. Your Xbox now costs you $750. Meanwhile, a PC is still costing, let's say, $1,000. But you're still not done. You need sound, because flat screen TVs don't come with speakers. Unlike a PC, where the box set, if you get it from like Dell as a stock, it will come with stock speakers. Standard speakers for a television set will cost you around $600 to $150. But if you want better quality, let's say surround sound, good surround sound speakers will cost you $500 to $800. Now, and that bumped your Xbox price up to $1,250. Meanwhile, a PC is still $1,000. PC is now cheaper than an Xbox, and this is just to get a good setup for your Xbox. Now, let's say that the price range actually did stop there, because there will be more later. You now have a good TV setup, and this can be only used for gaming, watching TV, and watching movies. In Blu-ray, if you have a Blu-ray player, which wasn't included in the price that I was talking about before. With a PC, you have limitless potential. You can browse the internet with any browser you want. You can listen to music, you can watch movies, even in Blu-ray if you get the right hardware. And you can call people with Skype, you can work there. Like, I know examples of people who have their work computer connected to their normal computer so they can access their work computer at home on their normal computer. You can program on it in any language, you just have to download a compiler. And you can still play all the games that you could play on your Xbox that are also released for a PC, which is most games, including free games which are created by indie developers that aren't big enough to make it to Xbox and just give their games out when they're done. But your price doesn't even stop there, because while you have your Xbox, a free game, and one controller, you still have to buy, let's say you want to play with friends, 3 more controllers. A controller by itself will cost $50. So you need 3. That's $150 you have to add now. And also, if you want to be able to play online with your friends, you're going to need a microphone, which is $60 just for a standard one. You can spend a lot more to get your high quality Turtle Beach's Modern Warfare brand ones. Meanwhile, with your PC, you don't have to buy anything extra except for maybe headphones for the people who don't want other people to hear what they're doing, and also headphones come with mics, which some computers don't. But a Logitech headset for a computer only costs around $15 or $30. Meanwhile, you're still paying that $60 for headphones for your Xbox. Now, this bumps the PC price range up to $1,030, but it also bumps Xbox up to $1,360, which is starting to get a lot more. But you're not even stopping there. You still need to pay for Xbox Live every year, and a 12-month gold subscription to Xbox Live is $60 a year. Now, just 1 year of Xbox Live, your price for Xbox is now $1,420. Meanwhile, a PC is still $1,030. already. But you're still not even done, because you only have the one free game that the Xbox came with. And roughly 12 popular releases come out a year. All of them at GameStop, Best Buy, and Target sell these games for $60. Half of the popular releases in the year, the game comes out a month later for PC. But PC has Steam, which has Midweek Madness, weekend sales, and a huge sale for every season. Most big games on Steam start out at $40 or $50, while Xbox games are still $60. Wait for a Steam sale of the game you want, which won't be too long, and you can get your brand new games for at least 15% off. Xbox is still $60. So let's say you buy a year's worth of popular releases. Xbox games will end up costing $720 to get all of the popular releases. PC games, if you wait for the sales and if you get the cheaper ones, will end up summing at $400 of the games that you get that year. So apart from the price range between an Xbox and a PC, a lot of people complain about using a mouse and keyboard. They say that using a Xbox 360 controller is more aerodynamic and easier to use. I personally am a huge fan of using the mouse and keyboard. It has several more buttons and therefore more opportunity to what can be done with gaming. I also find the mouse more precise and better to aim with than a joystick, but that's just my personal opinion. Now for those people that want to use an Xbox 360 controller but still want a game on a PC, there's a new program released by Steam called Steam's Big Picture, which is a program that makes using an Xbox 360 controller easier to use for a PC. It creates an entire application that lets you navigate Steam, designed for using a controller, and it will list you all the controller-enabled games, which are PC games that were also released for Xbox, where they take the programming, allows the game to work for an Xbox 360, and puts it onto the PC game, and you can access it anywhere. You can plug an Xbox 360 controller into the computer via USB, download a driver, and you can use the 360 for any of the controller-enabled games. And a lot of the newer games will even make it so that your HUD, user interface, will change to fit the version that it is on the Xbox, so that your 360 controller will better fit into the system. Another common problem that people have with PC is how a lot of people think that the hardware on a PC is constantly going obsolete and you have to every year spend a lot of money to make sure your PC stays up to date. Now this isn't entirely true. When games are released for the PC, they have graphical settings. These are ways to adjust how much graphical power it will require so that the game will work for both low-end and high-end graphics cards without the cost of losing stunning visuals for high-end cards. As time goes on, however, graphics improve. A lot of people say that with a PC you have to constantly upgrade it in order to keep it up to date. This is mainly false. As far as gaming goes, the only real thing you would need to keep upgrading is your graphics card, and that may be only once every 5 years, a new card ranging from $200 to $500. The Xbox is as of now 8 years old. Every 2 years or so, a more recent version of it is released, each one costing $300. So in reality, you update an Xbox more than a PC, even for those who don't get the newer Xboxes when they come out. The same goes for a PC. You can go longer than 5 years without upgrading your graphics card, as long as you don't mind bumping your graphics down a setting. Another reason that Xbox gamers give to make their system superior is saying that Xboxes can split screen, meanwhile PCs can only have one player, and that the Xbox is more of a social system to play in a room with your friends. And my response to this is that's not true, because you play alone more than you play with others, and you only get up to 4 players to play with you. And on split screen for Xbox, most games bump down graphics and resolution a buttload. The last reason that I know of that Xbox gamers give saying that they're superior than PC is talking about how playing online is too complicated on the PC. My opinion to that is, instead of pressing a join game button and getting thrown into a hacked server, and keep in mind you're paying for that, you get a list of available servers to join and you're provided the information of the ping, amount of players, max amount of players, whether or not cheats are allowed on that server, and what map that server is playing on. Oh yeah, and it's free. I'm going to finish this video off with a bright note towards Steam, where you no longer have to worry about losing or breaking your game disk, because with Steam you can keep your game saved on your hard drive and entirely accessible from any computer with Steam as long as you're logged into Steam. Steam is a very nice program and anyone should use it. Now I'm going to end this video off saying if you have any arguments of your own against or towards PC, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm actually giving you permission to start a flame war in the comments. You should not waste this gift that I'm giving you. Merry Christmas, even though Christmas was like so last year. So thank you for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I don't always make videos like this, but I make videos of me playing games, which is also interesting. But yeah, please comment your own opinions towards PC versus Xbox, and subscribe, and like this video, and watch other videos that I've posted, and more videos to come. Thank you, and goodbye.
Wait, Sean, I got this. Oh God, Sean! What do we do?
Sean, you guys keep going forward. You can see on the map.
No,
Noah
there's
is
a
down.
tank, Noah. You don't understand.